Hi, welcome to Qlikview, part 22 of this video series. In this session, we're going to look at some of the load statements. Those are buffer load and partial load and bundle load. So these three has different kind of usages and scenarios that these will support. The first one is a buffer load. So what buffer load will do is it will create a QED whenever you are loading data into a Qlikview application, and the QVD is volatile and you'll not be able to find the name of the QVD, and you can able to decide where it can be stored. And you can also specify like whether you want to increment it. Means suppose you have added a few lines of data to the source, then this QED will get updated, and you can also specify when this QED get paused, right? So why we need is if you have a data source and you want to load the data multiple times, or else you want to reload it multiple times from the source, and assume it is taking much longer time. So in that case, what we can do is, so we can make it as buffer load, so we can save the time potential. It means it will be creating a QED using some logic and some name, and this QED will be available to the developer. So rather than we are creating it manually, so the Qlikview application will create it automatically with some name. So let's jump into the Qlikview and see how does it work. Right. So Control E. I'll be loading some file and I'll specify it as buffer load table. So I'll take sales data, finish it up, and I'll just add buffer before this. Just save this, make it as buffer load, save, and reload. So Control D. So you can find this. Whenever I reload it, so it will show us buffered. So means it has created a QVD, and the QVD is being available throughout the scope. So if you haven't submitted any expiry time in there. So let's see where does that QVD being stored. So go to settings, there you can find user preferences and locations. There you can find this QVD buffer. So where does it stored? At C colon something, just blah 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 blah. Yes. Okay. So I'll open it. Where does it has created? C colon slash app data local, and then Qlikview buffers. Um, Qlikview buffers. There you can find. We just created it. So same time it is showing. So the name of the QVD we can't refer it. You can see the file type, so because it will use some kind of algorithm to generate the random number for avoiding the override of particular QVDs. Okay, so this is how we can create a buffer. When you have a huge amount of data and multiple reloads, then you can save the time potentially. But whenever you are moving the application to production environments, so make sure you are just commenting or else removing the buffer loads, or else when you're done with the development, just remove the buffer. So that's the best practice. And the next one we have is an add load, which is also called as a partial load. So whenever we have added some data set to the Qlikview, so we are doing the reload. It means it will completely fetch data from the particular source. Assume that you want to fetch only partial, means what are being added, and this partial load won't check for redundancy, so that it's better to add distinct if you are performing any add loads. Okay, so how does it works, right? So what I do is, let's take an Excel sheet. Oh, Excel 2016, and create a blank sheet in there. I'll put some product and category. So I'll not be adding much. So let's put P1, C1, P2, and C2. So I'll be saving this in desktop. So sorry for that noise. Someone is playing flute outside my living area. Save it. Let's open Qlikview, new application, save it as add load, control E, table file, add, finish. So let's put add load here. Okay, so if you reload it, it won't work. So let's reload. So you will get 2 lines of data. If you reload it, it will fetch 2 lines. So as now I'll be adding one more line, C3 and C3, third line. So go to Qlikview file. There you can find a partial reload. For reloading, the shortcut is Control R, and for the partial reload, the shortcut is Control Shift R. Just hit on this. Now you can see it has got 5 lines, means 3 new lines plus 2 previous lines. So because we are getting redundant, so it will be appending data set, so that it's better to use distinct if you're going for the add load. And the next one is bundle load. So if you want to include any external files such as images, audio, or else any MIDI files inside the Qlikview application, mean QVW. So the bundle load is very much helpful. You can use it bundle or else bundle info load. So either will work the same way. So means in this the parameters should be only recommended parameters are two. One is the file ID, the other one is be file ID. Sorry, file path. So that what it will do is it will fetch all those files and store them in Qlikview and assign an ID to those files, so that whenever you are referring an ID, then it will include the files. So the example is like, so ID and path, and path should include the name of the file as well. Assume like C, I'll put some img1. So in this case, C colon slash uh, documents slash img slash my pick one dot jpg. So this is how you have to specify, and it will fetch the file if the file is existed at particular location. And how does how we can reload is just like, just go to same thing and table file, add, then here just specify bundle. That's it. So there is a way to identify whether the field is a whether the table is a bundle load or not. So if you click on this, so it's the bundle load, and if you do it a bundle info load, you'll get an eye kind of icon, means eye, and eye has an information here. Okay, when you select a particular field, the image will be loaded into that, and if you click on that eye, So it will display the image if the image is existed. So I haven't placed any image at a particular location, so it's not showing, right? So but we can make it info load, right? So let's go there, let's make it info load, bundle info load. Okay, so this is how, if any image is available, then definitely it'll show it, right? So that's all about this session. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe.